Hi, welcome to RAR Math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on finding the inverse of matrices. The method I'm using is one in which I write out the original matrix, 2, -3, -4, 0, 0, -1, 1, -2, 1, and I put a line, and instead of like the solutions if it was a system, I put an identity matrix to the right of the line. And the theory behind this is if I do basic row manipulation to make the left-hand side an identity matrix, then the right-hand side will become the inverse. So normally I would say pivot on this 2, but there's some things in here that are really intriguing. The first thing that really gets my attention is that this row right here already has this 1. And the other thing is this row has a 1 in the first column. And it feels like if I just pivot here, I'm going to lose out on some basic rows that seem to be helping and working for us. So I want this first row up in row 1. So I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to switch these two. I'm going to switch this row to the top and let the other 2 rows fall down. So I want to make the first row, row 3. And then the second row is going to be 2 times row 3 minus current row 1. And then we'll bring row 2 down here as a negative row 2. The hardest thing to realize is I'm not moving this right away. Row 3 is this third row, so if I want to push this into row 2, I'm actually playing around with row 1 and row 3. As long as we have row 1, row 2, and row 3 represented, I know that I'm not going to mess up and lose one of my equations and end up with infinite solutions. Okay, or no inverse. The only row that has any computation is this one. So let's play around with that. It's 2 times row 3. So that's 2, -4, 2, 0, 0, 2. Then we have minus row 1. -2, 3, 4, -1, 0, 0. And we add down to get 0, -1, 6, -1, 0, 2. All right, I'm going to divide this through by -1 to get that number a 1 because then I have a lot of 1s and I really like that. So I don't want to lose the whole matrix. Okay, so my new row 1 is going to be row 3. So for my new row 1, I write 1, -2, 1, 0, 0, 1. Row 2 becomes this new line, 0, 1, -6, 1, 0, -2. And the third row is the negative of row 2, so 0, 0, 1, 0, -1, 0. Okay, I did a lot. If this is too much and you are looking at this like this is crazy, then rewrite this matrix with this row. So rewrite this matrix instead of doing what I did. Just rewrite this matrix with the 1, -2, 1, 0, 0, 1 in the top row, the 2, -3, -4, 1, 0, 0 as the second row, and the 0, 0, probably go with the 1, 0, -1, 0 as the third row. And just quickly do that, and then it's easier to see what's going on when you pivot, and you can have your actual 2 times row 1 minus row 2 here, and it'll feel better if this is all kind of seeming weird to you. Personally, I am just going to stick with what I have down here. Either way, after your first pivot, you should get to this matrix. Okay, so next I'm going to pivot on this 1, and all I have to do is clear out that. So row 1 plus 2 times row 2. Row 1, 1, -2, 1, 0, 0, 1. 2, row 2, 0, 2, -12. 2, 0, -4. 1, 0, -11, 2, 0, -3. Okay, so that's my new row 1. So now I have my row 1 as 1, 0, -11, 2, 0, negative 3. My second row, I didn't change. 0, 1, negative 6, 1, 0, negative 2. My third row, I didn't change. 0, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. Okay. Next, I can just pivot on this. This is really easy because this is a 1. Row 1 plus 11 row 3s. Row 2 plus 6 row 3s. All right, I'm going to come up and do, well, I'm going to come up and do the information up here. I'm getting close to the end of the page. So hopefully you have this written down. Let's see. So maybe I can just stop it off right here. Okay. That way everyone can see what's going on. Row 1 is 1, 0, negative 11, 2, 0, negative 3, and 11 times row 3 is 0, 0, 11, 0, negative 11, 0. So when I add down, I get 1, 0, 0, 2, negative 11, negative 3. Okay, row 2, 0, 1, negative 6, 1, 0, negative 2. 6 times row 3, 0, 0, 6, 0, negative 6, 0. Add this down, and we end up with 1, 0, 0, 2, negative 11, negative 3, 0, 1, 0, 1, negative 6, negative 2, and 0, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. Okay. So now we have our identity matrix on the left. This is the inverse. So we can come out and say that the inverse of D is equal to 2, negative 11, negative 3, 1, negative 6, negative 2, 0, negative 1, 0. And we have found our inverse matrix. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks!